We are checking out Disney Infinity 3.0 edition, Twilight of the Republic playset for PlayStation 4 home entertainment system. Do you need to know any more information about this?
No, not really.
I was just talking to you about this. It's probably wise that we warn anyone. If you are a small child watching gameplay videos of us on the internet playing Disney Infinity, then don't, because it'll corrupt you forever. But yeah, this is your favorite
Now this is what I call pod racing.
Yeah. I picked this part especially just for you, because I knew that you enjoyed the pod racing scene of The Phantom Menace a lot.
That's the only scene I remember from that film.
It was most of the film, to be fair. I think it was a good, 15-20 minutes.
I'm pretty sure it's like an hour.
I mean, maybe if you include the work up and then, the little slave moment and stuff.
All I remember from that film is pod racing and then suddenly Darth Maul.
So, that's pretty much the film. That's pretty much this playset as well. Spoilers. Darth Maul returns. It's not a retelling of the original films, but it's got a lot of callbacks. It's kind of like its own hack-together thing.
You beat Sebulba.
It's pretty interesting. You know, if you lose that, I don't know what happens, but there's a scene with Jabba the Hutt, who we're going to go back and speak to now. And Anakin's like, well, if you win, you tell us whatever. And if we lose, then we'll become your slaves. And I'm like, wow, Disney. Just whisking over the slavery with a smile and a cheer.
Well, it's okay, because it's millions of years in the future in space.
I've been watching some Star Wars Rebels, the cartoon series on at the minute. And they're the same. It's they're literally terrorists arming kids to be soldiers and do IEDs in the middle of marketplaces in the first episode, and it's just amazing that that's totally acceptable given the state of the world. Also, slavery.
Why is Anakin growing up? I thought he was a kid.
Well, this is my point. It's we're playing. It's basically the Clone Wars. So I've got the figures of Anakin and Ahsoka Tano from the Clone Wars, but they're sort of revisiting these classic locations in the Star Wars franchise, and it's pretty good. I'm really enjoying it.
Why are Jabba the Hutt's whores not wearing no clothing like in the films? Look at them, they're fully dressed.
Yeah. Also, the one with the lips isn't there. His name I can't remember.
They don't have chains or they're being whipped or anything. It's totally inaccurate.
I think you're confusing it with the porn parody, Star Whores.
Oh god.
There was no whips in the original.
There was none of that orange girl with the blue and white head.
You're going deeper into this than I. What? Oh, do you mean this girl in front of the camera now?
Yes.
Yeah, she's Ahsoka Tano, the girl who now stars in all the Rule 34 content of Star Wars on the internet.
I was going to say, I know she was in that,
The Clone Wars.
The Clone Wars animated series, and she was the star of it.
Yeah, pretty much. So look at these hot Mandos. This is why I like it, because it goes deep enough that there's Mandalorian Death Watch soldiers in the video game for kids and all the ages.
I like that one of them held its gun like it was a gangster.
Yeah. So this, right. I bought both playsets. There's 2 Star Wars playsets. I don't know if the other one's out separately or if that's coming out later this year or what. But in this one, it's a lot about melee combat. There's combos. There's land one attack, pause, land another. So there's actual timing and stuff and guard breaks and things. So for a kids game, there's quite a lot going on. This is this part of it, this playset, or maybe the combat system, I don't remember exactly which, but it was made by Ninja Theory, the people who make Devil May Cry. So there's some actual good game stuff going on here. It's not super hard, obviously, because it is for all the ages, but it's fun.
What are those things you're collecting, the balls?
So the green ones are health, the purple ones charge your super. The blue ones are currency for the toy box toys. So that's the other whole half of Disney
You just
Infinity.
sliced that guy's head off and he ran for your lightsaber.
Yeah, well, aliens, slaves, it's fine. And orange or yellow are experience points, because each character has their own 4 skill trees. It's pretty impressive.
You must go there at once.
So I just wanted to give a good cross-section of what's in this. This playset, Twilight of the Republic's way more about the melee combat and sort of straight progression. It's a lot of linear missions, I guess. I think there's 4 planets in total. We'll take a look at the map now. And it's quite different from Rise Against the Empire, the second Star Wars playset, which is way more like freeform and sandboxy.
Yeah,
it's kind of surprising.
Both of these.
Yep. I paid £90.
Oh god.
We paid our own way. I'm not being given free stuff to say good things about this like everybody else. I don't know if it's true of everybody else, but it's the kind of game where the bloggers get hit with the free stuff, isn't it? Yes, that's Ahsoka. So all I did then was just swap off the Anakin miniature for the Ahsoka miniature, and it's pretty quick, as you can tell.
How do you scan them into the game?
You get a little portal, a little stand. I bet it's not called a portal, because I think that's Skylanders. And you just sit them on there. You sit the playset on one location, and then you can set up to 2 other miniatures. You have to play 1 and 2. If you die, you have to switch miniature, or wait like 5 minutes for the other one to respawn.
So they're like amiibos, because my brother just bought an amiibo the other day, and all he does is tap that on his Wii U gamepad.
Yeah, I mean, like, I thought amiibos were pretty cool. I used them in Smash Brothers, used them in Hyrule Warriors, but you actually do shit with them here. It's like, you don't just, I don't know. Smash Brothers is kind of like shit. I was really disappointed to find that you can't actually play as your amiibo. So it's really nice to be able to tap in miniature and then suddenly play as them, and them have their own moves, their own leveling, their own feel. Like, I've got Boba Fett, who is PlayStation exclusive for like 3 months or something. He's totally got like a jetpack and can fly and shit, which none of the other characters I have can do. So it's a really neat feeling.
Why does Anakin have a scar on his eye?
I think he does in episode 3.
Does he?
Pretty sure he has that. Yeah, because he looks really hot and brooding by that one.
Is that when he becomes evil?
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing they totally, like, there's, obviously the pod racing for the Phantom Menace, that makes a showing here. There's this kind of stuff from the Clone Wars, you know, with the Venators and the Lucra Hulks and stuff. And there's the first planet you visit is like Geonosis, but they miss out all the part where you're slaughtering Jedi and killing younglings and stuff.
That's a shame.
Yeah, you totally fight Grievous though, pretty early on, so it's like some of the
awesome.
episode 3 stuff's there. And they're really good fights as well, like the boss fights. There's only a couple, but they're a lot of fun, really epic.
I like General Grievous, he was cool.
He does the whole popping of the 4 arms, 4 lightsabers.
Yeah. I want to go back and watch all the Star Wars films now.
I know, I've been wanting for ages, but my DVDs, because they weren't actually mine, I had to return them to my granddad or whatever. And now they've gone missing, so there's no way I can watch them without buying them all again. So I'm going to have to save up and get the Blu-rays, which are like £90.
Yeah, there's absolutely no way you can watch it anywhere else.
Not legally, which is all that we're interested in.
It's not like somebody's uploaded every Star Wars film and stitched them together on YouTube somewhere.
I feel bad even watching cinematic trailers where people have done that, because I feel like I should watch it as the publisher intended, which is fucking ridiculous.
Is that not the whole Nintendo argument when they were like, yeah, we're not putting a story mode in Smash Bros. Because people just stitch together all the cutscenes?
Oh, well, Nintendo don't understand how people like to enjoy video games, but they totally understand with Disney Infinity. There's so much cool shit, like sharing of like story. Right, so at some point we're going to have to do a video on the toy box where you build your own levels and place enemies, and like every vehicle you ever encounter in the game is there.
Oh god.
You can fly or race and fly when somebody else is racing. It's fucking insane. And all that shit's shareable as well. It's
I can't wait to see your like 2-week project of building a perfect Star Wars map in your fanfictions.
I made a shitty version of Hoth with some platforming on a wall, and just had Boba Fett kill like 100 battle droids. It was great. Killed the frame rate, but there's totally a meter telling you what's being affected by what you're putting down. Like whether or not there'll be network problems based on how many things you have moving around and stuff.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. It's really weird. It's unlike anything I've played before. It's just a lot of fun. It's not hard, but it's got layers there if you want to engage in like the combat more. It's just a really goddamn good game. So much in it. Check back soon for a video of Rise Against the Empire. And see you soon.